Yo guys, Jens here, and today I actually want to talk about the pacing in PvP right now in Shadowlands Season 1. And I saw Stoop's video, and I agree with him in some things, but I don't think he understands the problem. The problem right now, and I played in Wrath of the Lich King, it's not that the pacing is high, it's that offensive cooldowns are super strong. For example, a fireball from a fire mage does nothing, but then he pops combust and he gets someone from 100 to 0 without any reaction, without any kind of outplay possible, especially if the target is stunned. Like, obviously, you can react, you can press defensive cooldowns, but then the mage just resets combust before your defensive cooldowns are up and you die in the either the next go or the go after that, right? So I think right now the pacing needs to be revised in terms of damage because, for example, as an affliction warlock, my corruption hits for 500 damage, my shadow bolt hits for 500 damage with nightfall, and then my malefic rapture with full dots up might hit for 6k or 5k or 9k if I'm really well geared. So the problem right now is not that the damage is high, is the damage distributions. And I'm gonna give you an example of a really good sustained damage class that is seen as OP just because no one else can do what they do, which is Windwalkers. Windwalkers, it's just never-ending pain, and they have a lot of sustained damage. They probably are the highest sustained damage in arena right now, and I think that's actually the design that we should aim for, like really high sustained damage. You can feel when they pop cooldowns, but the damage differential, it's not that high. Like they go from, I don't know, 2k DPS to maybe 2.4k DPS, so it's like a 400 DPS increase around that. At least the Windwalker I play with, which doesn't have the best gear, so the DPS numbers might change. But you get the point. Like the damage differential from their cooldowns to the damage they are doing without cooldowns is super low, and people are actually complaining about Windwalkers because I think the healing can't keep up with the sustained damage. The healing right now it's kind of bursty as well, but it's not super bursty, and I don't know. I just feel like we need to nerf cooldowns, and people haven't been saying this enough. We don't need to nerf like classes, and that's the point I agree with Stoops. We don't need to nerf for example, Warlock dots. We need to buff them and then nerf the spenders like Malefic Rapture. Or in terms of boomies, we need to buff the rats and the starfires and the dots and then nerf the Star Surge. Like I think a rat should do more damage actually than or not more damage but almost the same damage as a Star Surge, because Star Surge it's instant, and it's the same with Destro. The best spec to talk about it is just Destro, where you do nothing and then you get a Chaos Bolt or two Chaos Bolts and you get the target from 100% to around 40-20%. And I think we just need to revise the numbers in PvP. Like in PvE, I don't think people mind that kind of design, but in PvP just doesn't work. And you can't have a fast-paced game when the cooldowns are this broken, because now we see the problem. Like a fire mage where they just pop combust and they just kill, or you can talk about red where they just pop wings, and if you don't react like in zero point 0.5 seconds you're just pretty much dead, um, or if you don't have any defensives. Why? Because they still have really high sustained if they have uptime, and then the burst is just insane. So I think we just need to revise the cooldowns and revise the sustained damage, and the game should be super fine. This is not Wrath of the Lich King. pace, because in rat, like we didn't have that many offensive cooldowns, and secondly, the pace was fast because, for example, if I got a shadow bolt off or two shadow bolts, if I'm actually free casting shadow bolts, you can actually feel the damage. Like, you don't lose 1% HP or 0.5% HP, you lose around 10%. But then the difference between that and my burst, it's not that high because I don't have that much burst anyways, exactly. But it's the same as frost mage. Like a frost bolt, a normal frost bolt would do around 10% of your HP, and then a shatter frost bolt would do around 30%, maybe more. Like, we need to revise the damage distribution. I don't think the problem is the damage per se, it's how you deal it. Like having spells like Convoke, where you just press that one button and if you get RNG lucky, you just kill the whole team, even though it's easy to counter. Like it shouldn't be a thing, right? Like, and then they do nothing, wait for Convoke again, and do the same thing. Like, I think this builder spender type of gameplay, it's not fun for anyone. And I don't think it has a place in Arena, and I hope Blizzard actually sees this. I'm also gonna write a forum post about this. I'm gonna put it in the description. uh, Go support it if you can. And yeah, like, don't ask for nerfs for the classes. Ask for nerfs in terms of specific things, right? We don't want to nerf Bunkins. We want to nerf Star Surge and buff all the other damage. We don't want to nerf Reds. We want to nerf Divine Tool, Wake of Ashes, Final Reckoning, and then increase like Crusader Strike damage. Um, we just need to shift the damage from these bursts, all of these cooldowns, like where you stack several cooldowns with trinkets and then you just one bang someone. We want to shift from that to normal damage where people can actually outplay you. But yeah, that's it, guys. Those are my thoughts. Go like the forum post, and yeah, support the cause, man. PvP is completely broken right now, and let's fix it together. Yeah, see ya.